Welcome back everyone to my channel. I'm Erica. I'm here once again to talk about my last weekend playing Road to Nationals here in Stockholm, back to back, Saturday and Sunday this past weekend. It's currently Friday. I struck a super bad cold week leading up to Road to Nats and basically ebbing out that sickness compared also aligned also with a new job that I started this week. So it's been a really long week for me, but I really wanted to get this video out to talk about my recent success that I had in the Road to Nats. So yeah, as you already see, I won. I took home the CC Road to Nats that we had at Alpha Spel, which is my local LGS. It's my home turf basically, and it's the LGS that I am a tournament organizer for. I host all the armories there on a weekly basis, and I also host these regular tournaments that is happening in that LGS basically. So one of my favorite places to go. It's a super sweet LGS with its own restaurant with full alcohol rights and everything. So you can sit there, grab a beer and have a good time. So I really love that place. We were 23 people in total. We played 5 rounds into a top 8. And I should have pulled out the meta report, but if you haven't seen it already, there is a meta report done by Bastard Bard where he is tracking all of the events that is happening in Sweden, so you can follow him right over there to watch or see what the meta distribution looks like and what we had in top 8 and so on and so forth. But yeah, we played Bravo. I'm gonna take you to see some pictures. Not that one, this one. So yeah, all of the events this weekend was streamed on Fab Sweden. So if you want to go catch the games live in the future or review the ones that have been, you can do that here. I played 2 games on stream on Saturday when I won, and it was partly this game and then also the finals games, of course, that I played on here. We can start from the beginning. We started off with a victor, round 1. Haven't played that matchup at all, if I'm being honest. And this Victor was playing also Victor in the Armory this past week. Looking super scary. I have never played that matchup before, as I mentioned. So I just treated it like any other old Guardian mirror. So I sided in all of my Guardian stack and went with that. And also worthy note that I completely changed my Bravo deck from the previous week. Not completely, but I was respecting that Kano was very prevalent in week 1, so I was scared that we were going to see more of that leading into this week 2. So I sided out some cards like the buckler and the shield and the Titan's Fist for more AB basically. So that was one of the changes that I did. And yeah, we are always running Anotos is what that means. And also turns out there wasn't a single Kano. So we did that for no apparent reason, but it is what it is. So we started off with that victory round 1 and we won. And basically it came down to me keeping good track of my pitch deck, and I was able to threaten a pummel several turns in a row in the end that he was of course respecting, and so it put him on a back foot for me to be able to come back and capitalize on that. He was also relying on a clash that he missed, which gave me a vigor token that I could threaten pummel once more. So it really didn't go in his favor in the end, and I took that one home. Second game, we're playing Azalea. It's the same Tobias Azalea that I played last week. Again, a very favorable matchup for me. I feel I just roll, and again we see that early pummel CNC, and we just do everything that we can in order to present that, and then we just threaten so much damage and so many on hits, like the spinal crushes and this cranial crushes, not the cranial crushes, the choke slams, and yeah, a lot of good stuff that Azalea does not want to have to deal with, and the blocking capacity of Azalea is of course not the best, either in equipment or in the non-attack actions that she possesses. So most often times when she needs to keep up with the game, she needs to block with her arrows, which is the 3 blocks, and when she blocks with her arrows, she can't present her arrows. So it's a very mean matchup for Bravo, I think, in that regard. So we took that one home. So we're 2-0. Feeling good. A very polar opposite to the 0-2 that we started off with in Gothenburg last weekend, so that feels good. But we then go into this matchup that you are watching on stream, which is the Dorinthia, and you can see that this was not ending well for me. I struggled a lot with this matchup, and I felt the new sword that I can't remember the name of that gets go again if you block with an attack action really does not play in my favor. It's like either like that in combination with the Warrior's Valor that also threatens go again if it's not blocked. Presents a little bit of a conundrum because I have mostly attack action cards to block with, and if I need to block this one, I'm gonna give it go again regardless. However I do it. If I let it hit, it gets go again with the Warrior's Valor. It's not great. So I was struggling in this matchup a lot, and it's also, again, not a matchup that I practiced a lot myself, so yeah, we lost this one. I don't remember it being this close, though. It still got him down to 6 before we died, so it was a close game at the end of the day, but yeah, we struggled. We struggled a lot. So we're in 2-1, and the fourth game we are against a Viserai that is on an OTK plan, which is really, really fun and scary at the same time. And I have no idea either what to do in this matchup, so I side in the Sinks and the Fates, and my plan is to basically sit with that Sink and Fate waiting for him to pop off, and then have as good coverage as possible for when he does. But it didn't really go in my favor. The problem is that if I am using my arsenal slot to wait out for an eventual go, it means that my arsenal is going to be occupied for several turns, which is not great if you want to try to be a little bit aggressive, which you need to. You need to put some pressure on and make sure that they don't get just free range in order to create as many rune shots as humanly possible in a short amount of possible. So yeah, we lost this one, but we learned a lot in going into the quarterfinals later. It's gonna pay off. But yeah, so we're 2-2, and it's the last round before top 8, and we are the 8th seed going into top 8, and we're the first seed in with the X2 people. So basically, it's my winning in. And if I don't make it, someone else of the X2s is going to make it in. Everyone else who is on X3 or better, they are already locked. So they're only fighting for pole position in terms of who is going first or second. So I need to win my last game in order to get in. And I'm facing my partner who is on KO. And I do not enjoy this matchup one single bit. But so I just put on my strong boots and try to eke out as much as possible. And we make it there. So we take that win and in, and we are 8th seed going into the top 8, which is fantastic. So a fantastic run into the top 8. The number 1 seed, of course, the only undefeated player in the range is Christophe on KO. A really, really good player, a really respectful player, and yeah, I'm scared. It's not gonna be an easy fight, but I have a start where I I basically heave a pulverize. He presents me with a CNC. That's what happened. So I need to block in order to protect my pulverize in arsenal. And so I basically give him the full equipment suite in order to protect this pulverize, because what I have in hand is 3 blues and a pummel. And I'm thinking, unless I don't have to send the pummel with the pulverize, it's not probably going to be able to cover the pulverize anyway. But I really want to keep that pulverize for future turns in order to keep the tempo going as soon as I get the pulverize out. So I secure the pulverize with my equipment, not getting the CNC to hit, and then he passed the turn, and I just send the pulverize. And as mentioned, he's not able to block it out, so he's going to take the -4 on hit on his first attack, and also taking a bunch of damage, and I get to arsenal my pummel. Flip up a CNC, we send the pummel CNC, and we just ham it. And we put him on the back foot really early. He manages to get out some good stuff in the middle of the game, but I just have too much tempo going into it that I'm able to put so much pressure on him that he has to start blocking. And as soon as aggro deck starts blocking, you know it's kind of over. So Mr. Undefeated KO of the day. I get to defeat in my first game into top 8. So now we're in top 4, and that means that we scored our way into a free nationals slot, which is great. That's what we wanted. And looking at top 4, it's the Viserai again. So Mr. Italo on Viserai with the OTK plan. Now I need to rethink my strategy here because my old strategy did not work. The Fate Foreseens and the Sinks, they are gone. I'm putting in the Cellus and the E-Strikes, and I just plan to put as much pressure as humanly possible and just pray that that's enough. And it is. It turns out that when you put enough pressure on, and also, as I mentioned, I just draw hot and make my way through with a lot of good on hits, the crippling crushes, the spinal crushes, everything. It just slams dunks on, basically. So we're feeling good. We're winning that one, and looking at how that went in the Swiss, I'm super happy that we came up with a plan that was in the end successful when it mattered, and we eked out and got into the finals. So the finals game was against a Boltin. Now, Rickard has been on Boltin for as long as I have known him. He has been the Boltin guy in our locals for the test of time, basically. And there are 2 other Bravo players this day that he has defeated both of them on his way into this position. And talking to both of them and trying to prepare for my game going into this, both of them say, it's really, really hard. It's just miserable. And also I'm 8 seeds, so I don't even get to choose if I go first or second. Rickard does decision for me. So I have no power position whatsoever. And I mean, I played against Boltin a couple of times, and it's not a comfortable matchup for me at all. It's a lot of thinking power and how you block and how you utilize your hand. It's really, really vital. So it's a really, really tricky matchup, but it's the finals. So what better way to end the day than a nail biter that is this game, basically. So my plan is to just play value. I try to utilize my hand offensively when I can, and try to play defensively whenever I can. And it just played out really beautifully. Rickard makes himself start, and then I have to go second. And as you can see, I have a pummel. This is my starting hand. I have 2 E-Strikes, a blue, I think, and a pummel. And I do not want to block with that pummel for whatever reason. I might do a game recap of this game. It's really, really interesting. And just talk about my thoughts and how I approached it. But the gist of it all is that I have a lot of tempo thanks to this pummel, and I get to keep it. And I just put him on the back foot basically for the start of the game, and it puts him in a really awkward position where he can't really effectively build soul to the capacity that he feels comfortable playing out the double Lumina and try to save up and try to go for bigger turns. So he's had to send back these single Lumina turns, which for me is quite comfortable to block, especially with the Raiden. So it just really plays in my favor, and so we get there, and it's an amazing feeling winning a tournament. The last tournament I won on Swedish turf was a ProQuest Season 2, leading up to Lille, and so I'm not typically super successful in local armies. I win a couple on occasion, but for the past 3 months, I don't think I've won a single armory, and it's just been a lot going on, so I haven't really had that much time to play. But I've seen a lot of success with Bravo the past couple of months, and I was super happy to be able to make it there in the end. And going back to chatting, this turned out, I actually can show you, because it's really, really fun. I just go absolutely ham. So this is me opening said code foil or gold foil, and yeah. So yeah, if you haven't seen or heard, it's It's the Vexing Malice, which is absolutely ecstatic to me because it's one of my favorite artists, Isuardi. And I actually have this print from Baltimore where I bought it from him and got it signed. And it's one of my favorite arts. So I was absolutely ecstatic to get this one out of all of the things I could have gotten. Absolutely ecstatic. And as a Runeblade main, it just warms my heart. And so I'm super, super happy to have pulled that one. It's definitely coming with me to Pro Tour Amsterdam later in July and get it graded with PCG, if they're there. Hopefully they're there. And so, yeah, super excited about that one. Being able to draw home a victory with Bravo felt really, really good. And also being able to beat the Boltin that has gone undefeated against the rest of the Bravos in the pool was really, really fun. Anywho, Road to National season is over for me now. There's no more events that I'm attending. My future plans is there's not going to be a lot the next couple of months. We have Calling Warsaw. That's in May, which feels really, really far away, but in reality, it's only like 2 months at this point. And I'm going to be casting Calling Warsaw. So I'm going to be there and I'm going to do some casting to cast you all of the wonderful games that we're going to see over there. It's going to be classic constructed. So I'm super excited to see what the European meta is going to shake out to be or look like as we get there in 2 months' time. There's going to be the Pro Tour Los Angeles in between. So that is also probably going to shake out some really cool stuff that people have brewed together. So that's going to be super interesting to see. In between that, or after Calling Warsaw, we have the Sweden Nationals, which is in early July. I'm also looking to probably be casting that event. Used to get some more casting practice in because that's what I really enjoy to do. At the same time, I top 8 at Sweden Nationals last year, so it's a really, really tough call for me, especially now when I also have the invite handed to me. But yeah, we'll see. I haven't made solid plans, but it looks like I'm going to be on casting duty for that one, and I'm super excited to do that as well. Next after that, we have Pro Tour Amsterdam, and I'm definitely going there, so hopefully see you all there, if not in Calling Warsaw. And yeah, not many other opportunities to play in between then and now. Of course, there's another ProQuest season also coming up in that domain as well, probably before May, if I don't misremember. So looking forward to do that as well and see what shakes out for the Pro Tour Amsterdam. But yeah, that was everything from me today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe and leave a like if you like this type of content. It helps me very much. And have a good day. Bye bye.